this cotton tablecloth at the flea market just for €1, and I'm going to transform it in a cute summer skirt. So let's go.
First of all, I need to know the hip circumference. This measurement is taken horizontally around the hips through the most protruding points of your buttocks. Mine is 112 centimeters today, plus I'll add 4 centimeters for ease of movement. I'm cutting out 2 rectangles where the length is the desired length of the skirt and the width is half the hip circumference, which in my case is 60 centimeters, and don't forget the seam allowances. I'm lacking volume in the hips. I didn't have enough width of a whole tablecloth, so I'll add the missing centimeters with narrow stripes, giving the skirt the appearance that it was intended that way. Now it's starting to look better. I need to create contouring between the waist and hips, and I'm making the future darts placement directly on my body. A small note, I was lazy and skipped making a muslin first, jumping straight to the main fabric. That was a huge mistake. If I had made a muslin first and then used it to cut the final pieces from the main fabric, I wouldn't have ended up with darts and seams at all. You'll see what I mean. In the end, after stitching all the darts, I could have cut the front piece as a single panel, 2 pieces actually, left and right, without needing to attach vertical strips or including darts. By the way, the lining will be exactly how I wanted the upper pieces to be. It's disappointing, but there is no sense in crying over spilled milk, so please always make a muslin. I also reinforce all the edges around the perimeter of the pieces. I use fusible interfacing, which I've cut into thin strips. You wouldn't torture yourself, so buy some fusible tape. I reinforce the edges because they are all uneven and the grain line is at different angles, making them prone to distortion and elongation when binding the main pieces with the lining. I completely lined the front piece and turned it through the opening left in the center back seam of the lining. For now, I'm finished with the center piece of the skirt and going to prepare the side pieces. And for side pieces, I repeat the same steps, lining and binding. Of course, I made in eyelets, more eyelets for the god of eyelet. I prepare a couple of meters of drawstrings, and it's time to assemble all the pieces into one cohesive whole. So, what do you think of my skirt? Did I keep my promise made at the beginning of the video to make an awesome skirt from a tablecloth? By the way, I sewed it up pretty quickly in just 8 hours. Share your thoughts about my skirt in the comments, save this idea for future, and follow me. I share here a lot of interesting things.